What's up, everybody? This is Dale from Upstate Bets and DFS. I'm here with my partner Riaz, bringing you guys this five-game slate here on a Tuesday. So we got some couple good games here. I like some of the stuff in the later games, and really some solid games between Brooklyn and New York. We had that double overtime game between the Lakers and Sacramento. Now we got the Christmas Day preview between the Warriors and the Suns. So some really solid games, and like we said today, we're gonna drop the Discord. So believe the link's going to be in the description for the Discord. Is that how we do it, Riaz?
Yeah, we'll drop it down in the link. And if you are on our Twitter, we dropped it actually last night. So we dropped the link on Twitter. So definitely be sure to go check out our Twitter.
Sometimes we do some free lines and stuff on Twitter, but we did drop a line in the Discord last night, via Twitter, and it was crazy. We had a nice four-pick power that hit, so hopefully we can get things rolling tonight. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We do prize picks videos for NBA and NFL. You can sign up using promo code Upstate. That's across the banner down below. You get a $100 deposit match. You can do 25, 50, doesn't matter, but that's 100% back deposited. So you put in 25, 25 back to play with, 100, 100 back to play with. You know the drill. You can mix and match sports on Prize Picks. It's like the future of fantasy sports, really. They've been growing every day. We've been growing every day. You guys have been killing it. Prize Picks has been killing it too, man. I really like what they're doing over there. They got a great staff and great group of guys running this ship. So we're gonna get started here on points, and Riaz is gonna tell you who he likes.
The first person I like is Russell Westbrook. We saw him early in the season just kind of really struggle getting into this offense, and I touched on it before when LeBron was out for those 8 games. It was really nice to see Westbrook kind of do his thing, and even with LeBron back and AD still playing, even though he's a little banged up, Westbrook's been absolutely crushing. If you just kind of look at just throughout all of his games, he's smashed this 19 and a half um, just way more than going under. I mean, there's games where he's gotten 8 points, 14, 12, but really other than that, it's been over 20. I don't really see this line changing. I think this is a great line for him considering he is averaging 20.6 on the season, but we know he's not a great three-point shooter. He is only shooting 31% from three, but I mean, he's almost shooting 50% from the field, and we know even if LeBron is there and AD's there, he is still putting up 15, 16 shot attempts, and he's been getting to the line quite a bit. I mean, almost averaging um, double digit attempts at the line. So it's just really nice to see Russell being back. So I like this over at 19 and a half.
I like this one too because we know the Lakers. It's those three guys really. AD's been putting up around 16 shots a game, as well as Westbrook. You have LeBron, who's taken the most load of shots, but not by much. He's been kind of going down that overtime game. He put up 25 shots, 13 shots from deep. That's LeBron I'm talking about. So there's a lot of mouths to feed on the offense, but they're all pretty similar, really. So like I said, LeBron's putting up the most, but Westbrook and AD are hovering around 16, 17 shots. Westbrook's not going to get it to you from deep, really. Obviously, not a tremendous 3-point shooter, but he can get hot some games. And I think this is a solid matchup. These teams went at it last time they played. It was an overtime game, and I think the Lakers, they know they're better than this. I think they want to come out and just destroy these Kings, man. We all know the Lakers are better than the Kings. So I think they want to come out with a vengeance. Westbrook's the type of guy to be that motor, man. He wants to come out. He can come out and get 10 straight. Like he's the engine. Right now he's that hype guy that can get things going for this offense. They can get out to a fast start, and Westbrook can be a really big part of that. So I like him here, and I think even if say the game does blow out, I think Westbrook still is probably going to get the most amount of minutes because he's as of right now, this is the most durable guy on the team. So I think he's going to get a lot of good run even if it does blow out. So 19 and a half, like you said, I don't see it shifting that much, but I do like him here in this spot for sure because he's been playing well. And then I'm going to go down a little bit. Like I said, I really like this game. We're going to see this game again in a couple weeks. But that's Devin Booker. He's at 22 and a half. I think he's been killing it lately. Really, his last 5 games have looked tremendous. He had that one game, 17 against Denver. But really, up until this point of the season, now he's got his legs under him. He's looking good. He's shooting a lot more 3 pointers, and he's putting them in at a really good clip. He's shooting 41% from deep right now. He's hit 4 3 pointers in his last, well, 4 3 pointers in his last 3 games, 3 out of 4 games. So he's been shooting the ball well. 27 shot attempts he had against the New York Knicks in that blowout win. So he's playing a ton of minutes. And like I said, these two teams are at the top of the Western Conference. You got the Warriors who are playing tremendous. So I think this game's going to stay extremely tight, right down to the wire. And Booker over 22. Really, just I can just see him hitting this over.
Yeah, I mean Devin Booker's got to play well in this game to keep it close. We've seen Steph Curry just light up from deep, and even Andrew Wiggins has been shooting the ball just awesome from three. So definitely like the 22 and a half for Devin Booker, and I'm kind of shocked it's not a little bit higher considering how well he's been playing. To keep it in the same game, I like DeAndre Ayton. Not only has he been playing really well this season, but love targeting big men against Golden State. I'll say that every single time I'll target centers, power forwards. There's just no one who could guard Ayton on this team. Draymond Green's probably going to give it his all to try to guard him, but Ayton's just been smashing. I mean, just grabbing um, an unbelievable amount of boards, and even in points. I mean, he's averaging 15 points, and there's games where he's only scoring 8 points, and his average is still at 15. So he goes out there. I mean, there was games where he was going back to back 21 points. So I think DeAndre Ayton probably puts up another 20 points tonight. I think this is where the Suns really take advantage of this Golden State team, and they're just gonna just hammer him down low, and he's gonna get a lot of putbacks and a lot of dunks. So definitely really excited for this game.
So if you look at his last like couple field goal attempts, has been trending downwards. But like you said, I think it's a solid spot for him. I think Draymond, it's a solid matchup against him. But I think in terms of the center spot, whoever else you throw out there on him, I don't think really can guard Aiton. I believe in Draymond as a defender, but like you said, just in terms of the center spot, the center rotation when it comes to the Warriors, if they do decide to run small, I think Phoenix is still going to run Aiton out there. So I think Aiton's just in a really good spot tonight. I think you ignore the field goal attempts here, and I think you just kind of go back to the spot, where he is putting up 16, 14, 17 shots a game. I think we can see that here tonight. Obviously, not gonna shoot the deep ball or anything like that. But putbacks, rebounds, grabs a crap ton of boards. We've seen a ceiling of 21 rebounds so far this season, which is amazing to see. So I really like Ayton in this spot as well. This game should stay competitive, should stay close. I don't know about scoring wise. I don't know if it's gonna be the high scoring game on the slate, but it should stay really close. They're gonna need production from just about everybody on both sides of the team. So that's gonna be a solid game to watch. So I'm really excited for that. And we hop over to rebounds, man. Who are you on?
I'm on James Harden. The Knicks are just notoriously bad at rebounding. Even Julius Randle is just not grabbing boards like I thought he was. And Mitchell Robinson's been hit or miss. I mean, he only usually plays around 20-25 minutes, so not really much run for him. And then when they play Kemba, he's not going to grab anything. And James Harden is just a great guard who just grabs a ton of boards. Like we talk about Morant, where he's one of those guards where he could go out and grab 10 boards, but James Harden just kind of does it on the regular. I mean, he's almost averaging eight eight rebounds. His line's sitting at eight. I mean, he's just a triple double factor. There's no reason why Harden doesn't get to 9, 10. I mean, he could probably grab 12 in this game. Um, the Nets haven't looked that great, so we really don't know if it's going to be a blowout. I don't expect one. And just the fact that James Harden, if you just look at his last couple of games where he's just grabbing um, 11, 10, 9 boards, I just see no problem him getting the over here.
What you with Harden, what you get is the triple double factor. So I think that's a solid spot for Harden as well. I think 8, like you said, it's about what he's averaging. This game, I think the Knicks are going to be playing very hard. I expect this game, honestly, to stay close. I know Brooklyn has the potential to blow them out, but I really do think this game is going to stay pretty tight, man. So I think Harden over 8 here is a nice spot. Compared to him and Durant, I think Harden is just, like, he's just more the triple double guy. Obviously, Durant, like, when you just look at face value, it's like you think that Durant would grab more rebounds. But I think Harden's in a better spot here tonight, coming out of the backcourt in terms of grabbing rebounds. A couple guys here that look pretty good just off a game log. I mean, Pascal Siakam should get some center run tonight. A majority of the center run at least going against Memphis. I don't think, they don't really run. Um, Steven Adams at the center spot. I mean, for too many minutes. I mean, they run him at the center spot, but they don't really give him that many minutes. And then they got a Chua too for Toronto, but he doesn't really get that many minutes either. So I think Siakam here is in a solid spot. Going against Steven Adams, going against Jaren Jackson Jr. to get 6.5, and we've seen a solid ceiling from him. He gets a lot of run, and then going all the way down, we know Aiton's tremendous. So there's a couple guys here. But I think that's it, man. I mean, Wiggins off a game log too. He's been getting over the past 5 games as well. But these pretty much, I'm just on Harden here. I'm right with Riaz when it comes to rebounds. Is that it for you, or do you want to go to assists?
Yeah, we can go right over to assists.
So for me, when I look at the assist category, I mean I've been doing decent on it lately, but I think I'm on the same guy as you, man, and I think we both are on Steph Curry here at 5.5. He's just been playing really well. I think he's MVP so far of the league. Obviously the Warriors are tremendous. He's been playing wicked well. Everyone looks at the scoring aspect, but he's got some snipers around him so far this year. Otto Porter's been knocking down his shots. Jordan Poole's been knocking down his shots. Draymond's not much of a shooter, but this team just moves the ball so well. And with Steph with the ball in his hands, every single possession playing so well. They might need everyone to contribute for this game tonight. I mean, Steph can go out there for 50, but they need some other guys to step up tonight and hit a bunch of shots. And I think he's going to try to get everyone else involved tonight. And we should see a nice game here for Steph in the assist category.
I mean, Steph's averaging almost 7 assists, so that's just under this line. But we've seen a lot of games where he has started off with 4 or 5 assists right in the first half, and we've seen games where he racks up 10 assists, 8 assists, 9 assists. I talked about Draymond being the leader on this team for assists. He still is, but for Steph Curry to kind of it's kind of like being a quarterback where you want to get the run going. You gotta be able to dish the ball around to get his shots, and Steph Curry moves around the court, phenomenal. Like it's crazy to watch him move around without the ball, and we know his upside. He scores 50 points, but Steph Curry really needs to get his team going to beat this Suns team. They're on an amazing 16 or 18 winning streak. It's kind of unbelievable to watch.
Exactly, dude. I think he's just in a solid spot tonight, as I touched on already. Is there anyone else in assists, or do you want to go to threes?
No, we could jump over to threes.
And who are you on here? Because I know there's a couple guys here that look pretty good. We smashed the Terry Rozier bet last night, so I like that one. A couple guys here that, not like Rozier's just shooting at a crazy volume of threes. He's shooting like 15, 16 threes a night. So no one here tonight jumps out besides for Steph, but we like him in a different category. So who do you like here tonight?
I'm on somebody you talked about in the points, and that's Devin Booker. You kind of talked about it a little bit that he's shooting 41% from three, but if you just look at his last like 10 games, 8 games, I mean it's either a push or he's getting over this number. Love the line at 2. Just love this game in general. I think this is going to be one of the higher point totals on the game in the slate. So just with that being said, he's shooting the ball tremendously. It's kind of crazy to see this line at 2. I would have thought it'd be at 2.5 or 3. So we're definitely kind of getting a discount here. So I would definitely grab this line before it moves up.
No doubt, I think this is going to shift. I really do think this one's going to shift to 2.5. So really get this one early while you can. And I was talking about Wiggins in terms of game log in the rebound category. He's been shooting the ball well as of late. We had that game against Toronto where he had 6. Realistically, not a high volume of threes, but he's been knocking them down at a decent clip so far this season. So you can look at Wiggins as a guy to plug into like a flex play. But I'm on Booker just as well as you. I like him in the points for sure tonight because I think he can score the ball in a plethora of different ways. So I really like him at points. But, 3-pointers made is a really solid category for him, especially one that we assume is going to shift. So we'll go to fantasy score, man. And I like a guy that I just talked about again. I like Wiggins here. This is the time I'm actually going to highlight him. I've talked about him in a couple different categories, and he's looked good. It looks good here and there. But here in fantasy score, I think he looks the best. So he's at 29.5. I think this one could move a little bit. So if you're really on this one, get it while you can. Just playing the ball, you know, playing the game really well lately. We've seen his defense improve so far this season, so he can definitely add on a steal. He's averaging about a steal so far this season. He's been getting a lot of steals lately, a couple blocks in a couple games, been taking care of the ball. But his thing is, like I said, the rebounding. He's not much of a playmaker, but he's been grabbing a ton of boards, and he can go out there and score 25 points any given night. We've seen 35 points so far this season, so he can get here just scoring the ball. So just the intangibles help.
Wiggins has been playing unbelievable. Not only that, I mean, he got there uh, pretty much last game. He had 29 and a half, but he didn't shoot the ball very well. He shot 4 for 12, 2 for 5 from 3, and really didn't have really anything else. I mean, it helped having the 2 blocks and the 1 steal and the 2 assists, but 7 rebounds is nice. And we just seen Wiggins just when he's shooting the ball well. I mean, he could get 25 points and 10 rebounds pretty easily. The guy that I'm on is we haven't really talked about him much this year. It was unfortunate we saw John Morant go down with that knee injury, but his backup, Tyus Jones, his line's sitting at 27 and a half. Really like this line. I love his matchup against Toronto, and he almost got there last game. He only played 24 minutes. I think that's because he was shooting very poor. He was only 2 for 8, 0 for 3 from 3. It was just kind of a really poor performance, but he still had eight assists, and I think that's kind of where he's gonna stand for the assists. I mean, he's not a big guard, so he's not gonna grab too many boards. He did have 3, but if he can score the ball like he did last year when Morant was out with the ankle injury, I see no problem him getting over this 27 and a half. I mean, when he's just going off and scoring 12, 15 points, adding that 6 to 8 assists, and then grabbing a couple boards. I mean, he can mix in a couple steals. So I could see him around 35, 40 if he really gets going. But even at his floor, he should be right around 30. I see him getting over 30 minutes this game. I think it was just a tough matchup against the Clippers or against the Kings last time out. So I'd like to see a nice little bounce back performance out of Jones tonight.
His thing's the minutes, man. If he gets to run, we know he's a good point per minute guy. So if he gets to run, we know that he has definitely a wicked good shot to get there. We saw it going against Denver, 27 minutes, 39 fantasy points. And last year when Chow went down, it was almost a lock when you went to go play him in on like on other sites, salary cap sites. So it was always a lock to punch him in. We know he's a great playmaker too. And if he can get going from deep or something like that, or get a shot falling, a couple floaters or runners in the lane, we know he's got the ability to pour on some points, rack it up with some assists too. So like you said, I like Tyus Jones here. Let's hope he gets the run tonight. And he definitely should, man. Going against this Toronto team, they should rely on him to handle the ball for them out there. I know they got some solid rookies, between like Melton and Bain and whatnot. So Tyus Jones might get a little bit lost, but he's been there. He's played well for them before, so I really like him in the spot to get over 27.
Without a doubt, I'm excited to watch Tyus Jones tonight.
And then I think that'll wrap it up. So, like you said, Ria said the Discord will be in the description. You can follow the link there. You can hop in the Discord. We had some people join last night because we dropped it on Twitter. We were just super eager to get it out, and I'm sorry. I know we have some guys who wanted to get in there last night, and but like hop in tonight, man. We got some solid games rolling. We'll be talking chit chatting about games, dropping some lines. We had a couple solid winners last night too, so happy to see that. We have the giveaway information coming out tomorrow, so we're excited to give that to you guys. Tomorrow should be a bigger slate, a lot of games, a lot to cover. So super excited for tonight. Let's focus on tonight first. Let's win some cash, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.